Okay, so it's like 9:30, 9:45 in the morning. It might actually be closer to 10. The weather outside is kind of cruddy. Like, I wish it would just snow, but instead it's just been like drizzling with some snow, and it's really cold, and I've been really tired this morning. I woke up at 6:30 or 6:45, and I went outside and did my usual stuff. Like, I took care of the animals, fed the goats, filled up some water, fed the chickens and let them out. I did all that stuff, so I was feeling pretty productive, and I got a lot of sleep last night. But once I got all that done and then ate some breakfast and waited for my kids to get up, I started feeling really tired, so I let them watch 2 cartoons while I took a morning nap. So now I finally have pulled myself off the couch, and we're getting such a late start, more than we usually do, and the weather is not helping this at all. I don't know if you can see it. Our windows are covered in plastic too, so that probably doesn't help. But see that sky? Do you see how gray it is? That's definitely a snow sky, if I ever saw one. It's supposed to maybe snow off and on today, but we'll see if that actually happens. But, oh, I'm looking at myself and not the camera. So I'm getting ready to start homeschool with the kids. I've really been slacking on that. I think we haven't done it for 5 days, just because my mind has been so busy with other things, like trying to make another person, but I really need to not let that get in the way of living regular life. So I'm just gearing up and trying to get my energy up to go out into the living room where my kids are currently enjoying not doing school and get started with them. I think I'll just do the bare minimum, and then see where it goes from there, and try to get through this cold day. I'm not feeling it today. I'm not feeling it. I'm just tired. I want to lay down on the couch and do nothing and maybe read a book, but we need to move forward a little bit, even if we don't do that much school, just to keep some forward momentum and save up those days we want to take off for really nice days, and not these cruddy days like this. So that's what I'm getting ready to go do, and I will show you guys a little bit of what we do throughout the day, and a little bit what really light schooling looks like, because we finished our curriculum that we were using, our main like core curriculum. We finished that early, but we still need to finish math and grammar and handwriting, and still read books and just kind of loosely do stuff for the rest of the year. So that's what I'm gonna go do, and take y'all with me, and yeah, and just get on with this day. Okay, so now we've moved on to math, and I've got a cool kid behind me right here with their cool new glasses and headband. But now we've moved on to math, and this is usually the first thing that I do with my oldest girl right here, Lee. You want to say hi? No? Okay. And then this is Joy, and she's 5 and in kindergarten, but she only wanted to do her Explode the Code workbook today, so I guess that's all she wants to do. I did have a schedule for her, and we were doing it more extensively, but since we finished our main like core curriculum, she just sort of chooses what she wants to do. She has to do at least one thing a day, but we just do as much as she wants to do. But we're doing math today, and if you don't recognize the materials, this is Right Start Math, and I might, I guess, do a review for that if anyone wants to see it. But we're working with tiles today and the abacus, and some days there's a whole lot more manipulatives involved, but not today. And Lee's just doing her initial math problems, and then once she's done with that, we'll move on with the main lesson, and then after that we will do I was looking at my notebook, but we will do handwriting and grammar, and then we will, yep, that's right. And then we will be done with school. So really it's not that much. I don't know why we haven't been doing school. Oh, we'll read our library books and just talk and discuss about those. So I guess we're in like homeschool like doldrums right now, where even this is a struggle, and me being tired is not helping in the weather, and I think we just need more vitamin D so we can get some energy back, and I just look forward to spring and the energy that will bring. And Lee's done with her problems. Yeah, and now I'm gonna check them, and we're gonna get going with our math lesson. Okay, so we just got done with math, which was super short. The thing about the math we use is some days are really short, like 5-10 minutes for a lesson, but then other days it'll take 30 minutes for a lesson. So I like that it alternates between light and heavy, so it doesn't get boring. There's just different things to do each day. But Lee is now working independently on her handwriting. She is learning how to do cursive this year, and which is our first year homeschooling, by the way. And where we live in North Carolina, they do not teach cursive handwriting, and so I was really happy to be able to do that with homeschooling and not add that on to her day. If she was going to public school, I'd still want her to learn cursive handwriting, but then, you know, I also would feel bad for her and maybe not end up doing it, you know, making her do extra work on top of coming home from school. So this just a benefit, I guess, is we can just incorporate that into our day and it's not exhausting. So she's doing that. And then as soon as she's done doing that, we're going to do grammar. And then we're just going to read together. And that's all we're going to do. Earlier in the year, like last month, we had a lot more stuff to do because we were still using our core curriculum, which was Build Your Library, by the way. But since finishing that for the year, I don't really want to start the first grade curriculum, which I used for both my second grader and my kindergartner. But I don't want to use that yet. I want to wait until the next school year, and then just for the rest of this year, relax, get our core stuff, and just read library books. But she's working on that, so I figured I could just show you what I use to keep track of their work. And it's not going to look like much right now, but I'm just going to show that to you while she's working on her handwriting. Okay, so this is what I use to keep track of their schoolwork, and you can just ignore this right here. We were doing some math, and I didn't want to go grab scrap paper, so I said let's just do it on our little schedule here. But I just use a simple spiral bound notebook, and pink is for my kindergartner because her favorite color is pink, and then red is for Lee, my second grader, because her favorite color is red. And so, for example, we've skipped a few days, but March 8th we did math lesson 102. We did some pages out of her Just Right, which is a creative handwriting book, and then we did a grammar lesson. And then so for today, we're doing math lesson 103, which we completed. Handwriting, page 54, the second half. I've started splitting the handwriting pages in halves just because it was taking her so long to complete them and her hand was getting tired. So we're just doing it in chunks. And then we're going to do the growing grammar. And you can see on March 8th, we didn't actually read books. That was a really slow day for us. But today we're going to read books, and I'll add in the books that we read. And then over here for my kindergartner, March 8th, we just did her Explode the Code Book C. Oh, and I forgot to add it for today, but we did a page of Explode the Code Book C, and then I'll add the books that we read together, and that'll be it for her. To give you an example of what our schedule looked like back when we were using the curriculum. So this was in January, and this is all the stuff we would do in a day according, because we had the curriculum to go by. So we have been working. It's just now we're sort of taking a break and just keeping our school days really light since we have done all the work. We started back in the middle of summer, so we've technically been doing school for a long time. I can't add it up in my head right now. So we've been doing school for quite a long time. So this light stuff right here, it doesn't, oh wait, that's not it. This light stuff right here doesn't bother me that we're going so light, just because we have done the work. We have worked really hard, and I do feel like we all deserve to do just really, really light schoolwork, just to keep the forward momentum going and take more days off still, but we're just trying to get this stuff done. This is the main stuff we have left for the year. And then of course for my kindergartner, she did that stuff as well, but I'm trying to keep it light for her as well because she is in kindergarten, and I don't think kindergartners need to be doing tons and tons and tons of work. So she has wanted, we were doing math with her, but she kept getting stuck around lesson 48 or so. It was just beyond her comprehension. So we've gone back and reviewed a lot, but really I'm not too concerned just because she's in kindergarten and she doesn't need to know a ton of math. I have a couple of little chickens who like to look over my shoulder because they don't know why I'm recording this, but they'll get used to it, I guess. So now we're done with school stuff already. I don't know why I dreaded it too much. Again, I'm just tired. I need to shower. I have to think about what we're gonna make for dinner. And if the roads aren't bad, I need to call and see if the school that they go to, they take an arts class. I need to call them and see if school is going to be open today, because the county school's closed, but this school is like not a charter. I mean, it's a private school, and so I need to know if they're closed, but they take a class there 1 day a week, so I guess I have to call them and see if they'll be open. But we did our school stuff or our main stuff, and then now we're just going to read a couple books. And we're going to read The Book of North American Owls by Helen Roney Sadler, because I decided to check out a few owl books last time we were at the library and maybe just study owls, talk about owls, and then order some owl pellets online and take those apart. And I thought that would be just a fun thing to do, again, to keep the school momentum going, but nothing too heavy or draining since we've done so much this year already. And then another book we're going to read is Me, Jane by Patrick McDonnell, which is about Jane Goodall, and I just could not resist picking this up because I love Jane Goodall and I want my kids to know who she is, and we have a book on her already, and then this one just complements that. And so we're going to just cuddle up now on the couch and read these together. Alright, and that's it for school today, except for maybe their class that I still don't know if it's canceled, so I'm gonna have to make a phone call. But that's it for school, and then maybe their arts class, so they'll get to go to this afternoon, again, if school didn't cancel over there. So they're gonna go to that. Now I've got, you can't see them, but they're in there. There's dishes for me to do. So now it's nearly 11 o'clock. It says 10:56 on my stove. So now I'm just gonna do these dishes because I like to do dishes throughout the day. Get these done and think about what I want to be giving them for lunch. I'm gonna get them settled down with lunch, and then I think I'm gonna go take a bath because I haven't taken a bath. I've showered, but I haven't taken a relaxing bath for, it's been at least a week or more. I don't know. So I want to do that today just because I do feel so sluggish, and maybe that will make me feel a little bit more pepped and refreshed. And I'm going to take a book in the bath with me. They're going to eat lunch. They're probably going to ask me to watch a TV show, but I'm going to hold off as long as I can to keep them from watching TV. So they'll play and get energy out. So they're going to do that probably. And then I'm gonna do these dishes. I'm gonna probably pull meat out of the freezer downstairs, and I'm thinking I'm actually gonna cook today. I've been really lucky. The past 3 days I haven't had to cook because my husband takes over cooking duties for the weekend since I cook all week. And then yesterday I met with my mom downtown, and we just spent the day with her, and she bought us breakfast, and then we went back to the same diner and got some takeout food for my husband so I wouldn't have to cook, because my birthday's next week. My mom wanted to spend that day with me, and I told her that that was the best birthday present she could buy for me, is my husband's food, so I would not have to cook. And because the kids had already had a big meal for that day, they just had a little snacky dinner. So I'm gonna get started with that, and then once all that part of my day is done with the dishes and lunch and me taking a bath, we'll just have to see if they can go to the arts class, because this weather is just, it's still like drizzling snow, and it's just supposed to get colder and colder today. And because we live high up in the mountains, it's colder here than even 20 minutes down the road where it's a lower elevation. So I'm sort of worried about getting out on these roads. So I'm gonna have to make some phone calls and see if that's going to be a possibility today. All right, so despite the fact that I'm wearing the same sweatshirt, I have taken a bath and stuff, but the day has not gone exactly how I thought it would. The arts class that my kids were supposed to go to was canceled, but instead of immediately going to take a bath and accomplishing more things for the day, I actually fed the kids lunch and ate lunch myself, and then promptly fell asleep for several hours. And my kids just watched a movie and I slept, and then when I woke up it was like late afternoon, and so then I went and took a bath, but not as long as I would have liked if I'd actually gone to take it earlier when I had planned to, but it doesn't matter. I did end up finishing this book, The Family Romanov, and enjoyed it immensely. And yeah, today's just been kind of a flatline kind of day. Nothing too exciting, but nothing too terrible either. I forgot to show you guys what I was making for dinner, but I guess I can just show you now. So here we have some green beans, which is gonna go on the meal after about 30 minutes of cooking. And I'm just gonna show you what I have in the oven here. And if you can't tell, these are chicken thighs and cut potatoes, and this is called Greek lemon chicken bake. And what it is just lemon juice with some herbs like parsley, oregano, basil, some lemon pepper, and then there's also lemon juice, and it's all just kind of put together. And then once this is cooked for a little while, then you toss in the green beans and let it cook for about 15 minutes longer until the green beans are cooked, and then you're done. And then you have a delicious meal. So that's pretty much going to conclude my day, other than going outside. While this is cooking, I'm going to go outside and complete. What are you doing? Oh, okay. You're just putting your snack up. But this pretty much concludes my day, other than I'm getting ready to go outside and take care of all the animals. Lee is going to have to feed the dogs, right, Lee? Yeah. That's her chore. And see if Harry needs food. Harry's a cat, right? Okay. And there's Joy. Do you guys have a good day?
Kind of.
Yeah. So yeah, those are just the things that I have to do to conclude my day. And then from there on, we're gonna eat dinner. The animals are gonna be taken care of. And then it'll be shower time and story time and bedtime. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed following along with my day here, and I will see you guys again soon. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video at all, or a thumbs down. Ooh, ignore my, ooh, ignore my ignore my recycling. Ooh. Yes, it needs to be sorted through and taken downstairs. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, and I'll see you guys again soon.